It worked last week. Let's do it again. Like the video if you want the Cowboys to beat the New York Giants on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys have had a rather disappointing result in recent years on Thanksgiving. They tend to ruin my birthday as well. I'd like to get that changed. Like the video, send those good vibes if you want the Cowboys to beat the Giants on Thanksgiving Day. This is the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. It's our matchup. Some notable injury news coming up here, but we begin with just an overview of what this game is. Thanksgiving Day, once again in Arlington. Giants on the road against the Cowboys. Both teams 7-3, but the Cowboys are a 9-point favorite at home. They have the number one scoring defense, and the offense, thanks to averaging 35 points per game since Dak came back, is now number 7 in the NFL. The Giants, meanwhile, are barely scoring more than they're allowing opposing teams to score over this season. That's why Dallas is a 9-point favorite this week. The Giants, by the way, a team that Vegas has not historically believed in this year. They've been not a believer in what the Giants have done. The Cowboys, by the way, Vegas tends to believe in them a little bit more, at least in the regular season. The Cowboys have been a little bit inconsistent so far this year, but the last time these two teams faced off with Cooper Rush at the helm, the Cowboys won 23-6. Tony Pollard, 100 yards. CeeDee Lamb took over in the second half. Daniel Jones ran the ball well. The Giants ran the ball well, but if the Cowboys makes Daniel Jones throw it 37 times again, I bet they find a way to win this football game once again. Here's what these teams have done in the last month and change. The Cowboys are 3-1 since Dak Prescott returned. They are 3-2 in that 5-game stretch overall. The Eagles lost in Week 6. The Packers overtime loss. It could easily be 4-0. They had a 28-14-point lead, and the Packers got hot and rattled things off. The Giants are in a bit of a swoon right now. They got blown out. The 31-18 is not reflective of how that game was over earlier. There was a bigger lead for the Lions there. Detroit dropped 31 on them. They snuck by the Texans, who are on the verge of benching Davis Mills. He's been that bad for them. They got hammered by Seattle, 27-13. Two nice wins over Jacksonville and Baltimore. The Giants are 7. They'll probably be a playoff team this year. This is a game you should win, even with your Thanksgiving Day woes, where the Cowboys have not had the most success, especially recently on Thanksgiving. 1-4 in their last 5 games. Their last win was back in 2018. They got screwed by the refs against the Raiders. BS. I'm still not over that game. It was BS. Even Jeremy agrees. Washington, they smoked them, or maybe deep-fried them in 2020. The Cowboys, at 2019, not indicative of how big of a blowout that was. That game was over by halftime. The Cowboys did win 2018. Bad vibes in 2017. They struggle on things. It's a hard time to play. They're coming off a road game. Quick turnaround. It's not easy. Coaching got to step them up there. So who you got in this one? It's the pinned comment. Please be honest with me at that pinned comment. C for the Cowboys, G for the Giants. If the ad comes here on YouTube, head down there and let me know. C for the Cowboys, G for the Giants. I'm calling this year's Thanksgiving game the Beckham Bowl. The winner of the Cowboys and Giants should get to sign Odell Beckham. They are the 2 favorites at this point. They play on Thanksgiving. The Giants need more receiver help, but the Cowboys, in impressive fashion from the players and even ownership perspective, have done the best job of making that push to try to get Odell Beckham in Dallas. The Cowboys, Noah Brown, Michael Gallup had decent games. Lamb's been good. But they're also 1 injury away from being in dire straits at the wide receiver spot. And look, guys, it's November 21st, or 22nd, I should say. It's late November. There aren't upgrades available in free agency. So if you can get one, regardless of position, maybe you should go find one if you can. The Giants are really banged up at receiver. Wan'Dale Robinson now out for the year. Colin Johnson's on IR. Sterling Shepard, who was the Giants receiver last time these two teams played, out for the year. So it's Darius Slayton, a guy that claimed off waivers, Isaiah Hodgins as receiver 2. Richie James in the slot. Kenny Galladay's been Kenny MIA for this team this year. They're in bad straits at receiver. Now, if you want Odell Beckham on the Cowboys, let's spam OBJ. He wants to feel the love. So head down there and flood the comment section with OBJs for me. Today's Cowboys Report is sponsored by Established Tile. It's a fun and novel way to preserve the natural woodlands of Scotland while helping global reforestation efforts. It's a project based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds or lords and ladies in English. Title packs give at least 1 square foot of dedicated land with a unique plot number on a private estate in Edelston, Scotland. And an official certificate with a crest, by the way. They plant you with every order and work with global charities, One Tree Planted, and Trees for the Future to support global reforestation efforts. You can officially include the title Lord or Lady on your credit card, plane ticket, dating profile, etc. Makes a great last-minute gift. And the first move who get a title pack using my link will be next to my plot, a few minutes within walking distance. Depending on how many of you want to become a Lord or a Lady, we can build our own little Cowboys Report kingdom. It makes an amazing last-minute gift, and Established Tile is actually having a massive holiday sale right now with discounts up to 80% off. Plus, if you use code CHAT, C-H-A-T, you get an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/chat to get your gifts now and help support the channel. That link's in the comments section and in the description. Let's hit the Cowboys injury report here. All the participation stuff you see based on the Monday walkthrough, so it's all estimated stuff. We'll go in order. Anthony Barr did not participate, hamstring. I would be shocked if he plays. Hard pressed was the line used by Mike McCarthy. Short turnaround, tweaked it on Saturday. I think he's out. Zeke will be fine. He'll be limited because why give him extra workload? Not concerned there. Tank Lawrence did not participate with that foot issue. He didn't participate at all last week until like late Friday, Saturday. So not worried there. He played through the pain. He'll be good to go. Osa Odighizuwa pops up with a knee. He was limited. Worth monitoring. Might get the questionable tag come game day. Might see similar stuff for Zeke and Tank, but I would lean toward him being able to play. Micah Parsons, despite Mike McCarthy saying the knee is good, he'll be able to practice in the walkthrough. He did not on Monday. Cowboys tend to lie about injuries. There's one right there. We'll see, but he came back in the game, so I assume he'll be able to play on Thursday, Thanksgiving. Bit of an illness run going to the Cowboys locker room right now. Tarell, Basham, Dante, Fowler, Johnathan, Hankins, all Kelvin Joseph after Quinton Bohanna got sick last week. They're sick right now. Quick turnaround. Hopefully they'll be good to go. One minor note, Trevon Diggs on the injury report, full participant. He'll be just fine. All right, next up here to finish up today's show, keys to the game. And some of these are, I will make note, much easier said than done. Like do the exact same offense for last week. I have no complaints about the way you ran the ball, threw the ball, Ezekiel, Elliott, Tony Pollard. You dropped 40. You'll win pretty much every game when you score 40. Since Dak Prescott returned, the offense has been really freaking good. They are number 4 in expected points added per play behind the Dolphins, Bengals, and Chiefs. They've been number 4 in drop-back EPA. That's, again, EPA expected points added, so just condenses everything. Like, how impactful was this play towards scoring? You know, a 99-yard play is huge, you know. The 1-yard run, valuable, but if you had a 75-yard catch before it, it's even more valuable. That's just, right, because that makes sense. Number 3 in rush EPA, and number 7 in success rate. So was this play successful for either getting the first down, moving the change, getting a first down, touchdown, whatever? They've been a top 3 offense, top 10 offense since Dak returned, with some inconsistencies there in the end. I want you guys, and I'll do it at the end of today's show, to predict the score for me of the Cowboys against the Giants on Thanksgiving. I would like a win because the Cowboys tend to ruin Thanksgiving and my birthday when they lose. Let's get that changed. Let's hope they beat the Giants. Number 2, take advantage of all the Giants' injuries. There are a lot of these right now. Things have not been healthy for the Giants. In the words of Giants host Marshall Green, are really banged up right now. Wan'Dale Robinson going on IR, season's over, torn ACL. Adoree Jackson out 4 to 6 weeks with an MCL sprain. We mentioned that wide receiver room. Richie James was not a participant at Monday's practice either. Offensive line is banged up. John Feliciano has a neck injury. did not participate on Monday's kind of more walkthrough. Joshua Izudu, the guard they drafted, also did not participate. Fabian Moreau, I'll list him as questionable, did not participate. Drawing a blank here. Evan Neal was limited, but he also missed last week while being limited, so he might back, but we'll see. Tight end, their number one tight end, Daniel Bellinger, has an eye injury. He's probably not going to go either. The Giants are banged up. You should beat them. Don't let them hang around and take advantage of it. Number 3, the run defense got to step up. I don't like what I didn't like, from an unbiased observer, I didn't like what the Giants did against the Cowboys last time they played in the round game. They didn't get to outsides enough. I bet they rectify that. Outside zones with Saquon Barkley, they should run that all game long. Daniel Jones, mobile QB, he can run. That's what they should do as well. Defensively, since Dak returned, hasn't been quite as good. They're number 7 in EPA. They were near the top of the NFL, and they're near the top overall this year. Number 4 in dropback EPA. Number 22 against the run. That has been their problem spot. They're number 9 in success rate. They can be better on defense. The Packers game and even the Bears game hurt them in that area. If they can make Daniel Jones throw, they'll probably win that football game pretty easily, which we will be live for, by the way. My wife hates it, but I'm going to be here for a live watch party because how can you not be? It's Thanksgiving Day, right? We will be live for the Cowboys game against the Giants. We're live for every single game, even the Christmas Eve one. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV, daily Cowboys videos, live watch parties, you name it, we got you covered. Number 4, no letdown game. You won a big one over the Vikings. Don't be a front runner. Don't get cocky. Yes, you should win this game, but keep that same mentality from taking down the Vikings of we're going to blow them out, we're going to get a lead, and we're going to step on the throat of the opposing team. Do it again against the Giants. Don't come out flat again or short turnaround BS. You need this one. You need this one to stay in the mix to win the division, to keep your seeding spots alive. Otherwise, you might be penciling yourself in for a 6th seed, which, it's not going to be as great. Don't have that letdown game. As part of that, got to have good coaching. Short turnaround, got to keep your players focused, get them locked in. It's challenging, I know, going from Sunday road to Thursday home. You've got to be locked in from a coaching staff perspective. Have a good game plan. Do the right things. And if your coaching staff steps up, like they did last week, you'll have some good success. My score prediction, as promised, I've got the Cowboys winning 24-13. It'll probably be a little bit of a sloppier football game. It's Thursday games. Those often are. But I've got the Cowboys pulling out the victory 24-13. That is the end of this preview video. If you made it to the end, let's troll our Giants host here, Marshall Green. Type F Marshy in the comments section if you made it to the end of today's video, and we'll have some fun at Marshall's expense during our watch party on Thursday.